Welcome back, everyone, to another late night here on the East Coast. How y'all doing? Dwarves. Skill level 5 bullshit. Dwarves are one of the easiest teams in Blood Bowl. And I would probably call them the most boring. Is that true? I don't know. You know what I mean? My hatred of Dwarves comes from a long stemming series of run-ins with them at TV 1000 battles. Let me tell you, not the most enjoyable at that team level. They're really, really easy to play, in my opinion. 10,000 celts in the air, oh yeah. But the thing is, I haven't played them for 7+ years, or whatever it was. Whenever Blood Bowl 1 came out, I played them for a little bit. They weren't one of my first teams. My first team was Orcs, and then Human, and then I tried Dwarves after that. So, before falling in love with these guys right here and being a massive Skaven player. But, I feel like one thing we've noticed is, as I play these games, no matter how I play, I do end up kind of defaulting to a very Skaven-esque line of thinking. I'm setting people up, I'm sort of always thinking about how I can get that pass, how I can push a player anywhere close to the goal and go for a touchdown. Because in Blood Bowl, when you play smart, you do want to go for the, the titular 2-1 grind, even as Skaven, but sometimes you have fun, and when I play Skaven, I like to try and get as many touchdowns as possible. I think that's a lot of fun. And certainly, if you're up several touchdowns, it's very hard for them to come back. Dwarves, on the other hand, you're trying for the 2-1 grind, but you're focusing on the 1-0 grind. The idea of, I get the ball, and I don't give it up, and then I get a touchdown, and then I don't let them through. It's very hard to do, because people can just dance around you. But once you get the ball, you should be pretty safe. So one thing I'm hoping is, whether or not we do actually end up playing Dwarves for our little foray into the next season, or whether we just do a little bit of a test run with them, play them out a little bit, talk about why they're good and how they're good, and what sort of a build you want to look towards. I'm hoping to understand the bashing team more, understand this playstyle more, and whether that's going to help me when I play a team like Skaven or not. Not sure, but I would still love to, see how she goes. Anyway, let's call this Dwarftis? Oh, that doesn't even work. Practice Dwarves, test Dwarves, I don't know. Dwarven Experiment Incorporated. I think that sounds just fine. Team motto, try till... What am I doing here? Try till it don't work. Get a cool looking little thing. Doesn't really matter, of course. Wow, the angry dwarf. I think that works just fine for me. As for colors, they always have this gold and blue. No, they don't. Okay, they always do have gold, though. Well, this is kind of nice. A little bit Celtic, maybe. Oh, ooh. Ooh, this one's nice. I like that. Test Dwarves. Oh! Dude, nice! Oh, come on. There you go. So, when playing Dwarves, there's a couple ways we can do this. Number one, this is the big question. You have to sit down, you have to ask yourself, do I want this big, beautiful bastard? Look at him. Oh my god. Borrowed, that's amazing. He's sitting on it, but he's kind of sitting. He's just leaning back, but he's just got his foot on the freaking gas. That is amazing. Got his beer. You look at this and you're like, what is this? How do I get this? I want 10 of these. Well, you can't have 10. I know you want 10, but it's not something you can have. You can have one, though. And your big question is, do I buy one of these? Well, here's the problem. It is a very powerful player, strength 7. To remind you, flesh golems are 4. The highest strength value units in the game are 5. So this is strength 7. Agi 1 doesn't really matter. You're not going to be dodging AV 10. Movement 4. Well, there you go. However, no hands, so he can't pick up the ball. Secret weapon, which is an interesting ability here. Essentially, once a drive ends, the player has been played in at any point. The referee orders the player to be sent off, regardless of whether the player's on the pitch or not. So the thing is, a drive ends when a touchdown is scored or the halftime is reached. It's, you know, as a team that's built around stalling, this isn't too bad. But it's definitely, it's a wonderful, wonderful addition to the Dwarven team, but I don't think you should buy it out the gate. So, oh yeah, and like, the Troll Slayers are pretty amazing, dude. They're just fat, they're sassy, and they don't give a shit. So, here's the problem. Let's look at the Dwarf team. Movement 6 on the Runner. Movement 5, 4 on the average Dwarf, and 5. So it means your average guy is a zombie speed. Higher armor value than a zombie, and he does have the thick skull, but he doesn't have regeneration. However, check this out, right? The Longbeard, aka the blocker here, is it called the Longbeard? They used to be called the Blocker, I believe. Either way, they have tackle out the gate. So this is maybe why we're going to start to realize why I've hated dwarves my entire life. I love dwarves in other fiction, but when you come to Blood Bowl, you have their basic line troop. Basic line troop going for 70,000. That is a bit expensive. That's almost elf levels of expensive. But they come out the gate with block, with thick skull. They have strength access, which means they can get mighty blow. They can get juggernaut. They can get break tackle. They can get guard. Anything you fucking want on this guy, they've got access to it. And they have tackle. And what does tackle do? Tackle removes the dodge skill from a player. So it's like, oh, sorry, your standard units counter my dodge, and that's the one thing I have, and they have block? Yes. So what that means is these basic guys, no matter what, no matter who they're facing, what they're facing, except for wrestle, but you know, we've talked about that, is a 3 out of 6 chance for a knockdown. You always have a 50% chance to knock somebody in the face with armor 9. Insane, but only movement 4. And this is the problem with the dwarf team, is they take forever to get anywhere, but you're not stopping that. So we have the Blitzer. You might notice, hang on, let me do a little bit of a quick math here. The Blitzer is 10,000 more, but he's shittier. Well, he doesn't have tackle. That sucks. But he has 1 more movement and 1 more agility. But, you know, it's one of these things. These are your mobile dwarf players. They have wings on their helmets so they can move a little quicker, I guess. The Runner is your sort of pick up the ball and hopefully, I don't fucking know, he doesn't have block, but he has 6 movement, and that's why you take him. You take him because he's a character with 6 movement, 3 agility, and sure hands, and he's pretty much the only chance in hell you have of getting the ball anywhere. Longbeard's the embodiment of fuck skinks and elves. Yes, and to go with that, a lot of teams have the big guy, and you might be like, oh, okay, well, the Death Roller is the big guy. No. The dwarves don't have a big guy. They have an anti-big guy. And that right here is the Troll Slayer. Troll Slayers are strength 3, only armor 8, which is the shitty part, but ultimately, armor 8, armor 9, still pretty good. The thing is, 5 movement, very nice for a dwarf, not for anybody else, but it is nice for a dwarf. 3 strength, so you're like, well, this isn't really a big guy. Well, they have Frenzy, which means when you use them against non-big guys, they're okay, but Dauntless is an interesting skill. The player uses this skill to attempt to block an opponent who is stronger than himself. You roll a d6 and add it to your strength. If the total is equal to or lower than the opponent's strength, use the player's normal strength. If it is greater, his strength is equal to his opponent's. So what this means is a Troll Slayer, if he goes up against a strength 4, let's say a Flesh Golem, he rolls Dauntless, will automatically, no matter what, because it's a d6, if you roll a 1 or higher, literally 100% possibility, will become 4 or higher, which means he now has a Flesh Golem strength. If you go up against a strength 5, you have a 1 in 6 chance of failing, but a 5 in 6 chance of now being a strength 5 for the duration of the block. What that means is the Troll Slayer is not a big guy, but going up against other big guys, he's a big guy. Fuck. Yeah. So, how do I recommend doing this? Well, I think getting your Troll Slayers first, getting your Blitzers first. Again, you only get 4 of these better movement characters. I think it is very good to get your runner early on, maybe both, because again, you have no movement. You're going to fill it in with a little bit of these Longbeards, or blockers, as I'm pretty sure they used to be called. That leaves us with just enough for 3 rerolls. Looking pretty handy dandy. What this does mean is no apothecary. You could make the argument to do this. I don't recommend it, as rerolls double in price after team creation, so I would say take the rerolls. You're a dwarf, nobody should be dying. You know what I mean? Well, if we do end up doing the dwarf team for realsies, yeah, we can go ahead and make you a Troll Slayer or something like that, Rudy. Right now, though, we're just doing a friendly little game, looking at how they play, seeing what's the hip-haps, and all that kind of cool stuff. Let's just get a standard race here. I think High Elves were pretty fun, but we did them before. I suppose we could do the whole... Do we go up against Wood Elves and I show you why I really hate these bastards? I think we do. I think that's exactly what we do. Even if, it doesn't really matter though, even if you went up against Chaos, you got block on everybody. Go up against Skaven? Oh, I'm gonna feel really shitty about this, but yeah. Poor Skaven. Skaven are not great out of the gate. They're not great in general, but they're fast. They have Agi 3 on all their positionals, except Agi 4 on the Gutter Runner. And, well, except for the Rat Ogre, but we don't really talk about them. Every time that booty! But yeah, Skaven are interesting. You know, these guys don't have a Rat Ogre, so that's something to look forward to. If they did, I could show off how Dauntless works. I'm fine with them not having it. It wouldn't matter either way. Rat Ogres with no skills are not good. Rat Ogres are actually one of the most interesting units in the game. I do love Skaven. Good guys. This right here is the Storm Vermin. They're actually... Oh no, that would be a Storm Vermin, eh? Damn, they look really cool in this game. Wow. Storm Vermin, you might remember we had in Mordheim. There are sort of heavy armored units. Mordheim is another game I wouldn't mind getting back to, actually. We had quite a lot of fun with that. We're going to go on offense, of course. That means we get the punch first. And punch we will. So yeah, here's a Storm Vermin here. So Storm Vermins have block. It's not going to be a problem. They also have AV8, which is sort of the best you can hope for on the Skaven team. They only have 2 Gunner Runners. Yeah, this is not going to be pretty for these guys. Again, the problem is we have to figure out a way to pick up the ball. That's number 1. The reality is you kind of want a Blitzer to pick up the ball. You got a better chance with the runner. But a Blitzer does have block out the gate, which is nice. But, I think we'll probably try for it that way, actually. Yeah, we'll just murder them. Make it easy. And then we'll rearrange these guys so we get a couple assists going. Doing it like that is fine. And I want 2 guys in the back to pick it up. What's the mech arm fucker do? That is the Skaven thrower. That's how he throws the ball. He sucks it up and launches it out of that thing. They're pretty awesome, as you can imagine. Skaven in Warhammer So that's a 2 die, and then that's a 2 die. That's fine. Skaven and Warhammer are very much technology meets magic meets crazy drugs. I love them. Some randomly selected players are stunned. Holy shit! So they had 3 guys stunned. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stunned. That is possibly the worst event I've ever seen. And it really fucked me over. So that's pretty amazeballs. If we could never see that again, ever, that would be great. Reset, sell the team. Agreed, dude. That was some fucking shit. Alright. Well, I don't even know now, right? It's like, what do I do? That fucked me so hard, dude. That's unreal. Well, one thing you want to do is get up in the grill of gutter runners. That's a thing. I don't fucking know. I just have no idea. Like, that's just blown my mind. Like, I can't go anywhere. And they're just gonna run through. And I can't bash them. Oh, jeez. Alright, well, that's not supposed to happen. How do I do this? Like... So it's a 1 die. Honestly, I don't think I can move because I need to not let these guys through so I can pick up the fucking ball with dipshit McGee. Yeah, I guess, you know, we just head back and start caging. Because we can't do anything else. We got really fucked by RNG. Nah, it's not worth punching with a 1 die origami. Good old sure hands. Ah, those bearded stunty gits have the ball. I feel you, game. Yeah, I gotta stay here so they don't run through. Like, they're gonna run down the sides, but it's fine. Like, at least we're funneling them in a direction that I can sort of manage. Because the scary thing about Skaven is they're here, but next turn they can be here. And so I need to have all of my guys near this guy. Which means I need them all not to be stunned and laying down on the pitch. Look at these fat bastards, though. It's amazing. Alright, here's the blitz. Onto the Troll Slayer. That is a 2 die. Oh, they got it. Yeah, they have a lot of fun jokes like that, bro. Alright. All my players are down. Because hellaciously fun RNG. Here's the nice thing, though. All my players were down. But now we're surrounding them. I kind of want to take this 2 die. That would let me base up here, which helps this fucker a little bit. Okay. Well, let's get in here. Again, we're dwarves. It's really hard to get anywhere. My god, like, look at this, like... At least the runners can move a tiny bit, but it's not much. We may blitz the gutter runner here and then run back. I think that's what we do. So it's a long beard, so we have tackle, which means... Oh, well, didn't work anyway. That's fine. I think we do try this 1 die. No luck, but That is an okay spot to be. Wow, we got rocked, though. That first turn really shook up the dwarf game, I'll tell you. Because what would normally should have happened is we punch them, all three of those guys are KO'd. Skaven are just crying because they're already down on the pitch, and then we just sort of slowly cage up and walk. Instead, what happened was, all my guys are dead. I can't cage for shit. I can't even get to the ball. Sad times. Alright, Troll Slayer down. He don't care. This guy's got 8 armor, man. he'll sit there for days. Against Skaven anyway. Yeah, got that. They're having a lot of luck actually with the block dice. They shouldn't ever break it. Like, a lot of luck with the block dice. Pretty sure like every hit they've had a 6 pop up, which is crazy. But either way, tis what it is. Let's try and get this Longbeard into the cage. Roll double skulls. Yeah. It's like the enemy just constant 6s. I start doing stuff. It's like, no, not feeling it. That's all G. Our Blitzer do a little punch here. Those events, though. Yesterday, created Wood Elf team got +1 move on a treant, then it dies during an event because of rock. Hey, Alligar, and yes. Or I suppose it'd be Alligear? I'm not sure which way you'd rather that be said. But absolutely, dude. Any of these, like, pitch invasion or the angry fan, like, it's just stupid. And I get you, it's Blood Bowl, and that's what happens. And it's not like I'm like, oh my god, I never want to play again. But when it happens, you're like, really? Like, I think I want to come in this. I'm strangely okay with him just getting punched. Let's see where I can get my cage to, though. Can I use this guy as a part of it? Yes. Let's do that. Yeah, there's some really brutal ones out there. Sorry, what do you mean, why? Either way, as you can see, like, they've tackled us like 100 times, and the dwarves aren't going down. And this is the benefit to the dwarf team. They're very hard to take down. They're very likely to knock you down just out of the gate. And sure, they're slow, but that's not a detriment when you figure they don't want to score fast anyway. That's a risky 1 die. I did use my reroll this turn, so I'll just park you somewhere here-ish. So the other thing to remember, Skaven have Gutter Runners, which is like their super player. Nice, that's a reroll. No. I definitely would have taken a reroll there. Huh. The only reason not to reroll that is if you only had 1 reroll left and you were saving it for something. But when you got 3, definitely worth it. But you see, like, this guy don't give a shit. Anyway, Gutter Runners only have 2 strength. And that's their best player. So the funny thing is, anybody gets a 2-die block against a Gunner Runner. Just whenever the fuck they want. Except for goblins, I guess. So we can base up here. I think that's our plan. Maybe... I don't need to blitz it. So... let's see how this works. Let's put our Longbeard here and see how these blocks work. Goblins and skinks, yeah. Okay, nice. Definitely follow. Yeah, there's your first KO. There you go, Skaven armor for you. Again, this guy's thrown out like 3 times as many blocks as we have. That doesn't matter because end of the day, he's got 7 armor. We're mostly 9 with a couple 8s. so things like this happen. And then this is when you're playing Skaven and you're like, why did I start playing the rats again? And then I'm sitting there like, oh yeah, because I love them, and they're amazing and fun, and then everybody dies every turn, and you're like, It's like, you guys know that picture of it's like this dog, I'm trying to remember the guy who did it. I know the cartoonist's name is just not coming to mind, but you know, the whole room's on fire, and he's like, I'm okay with this. That's what it's like playing Skaven. You just reach a point where you're like, well, that's how it is. That's my life now. Anyway, let's see. Oh, I can do a 1 die on this guy. That's interesting. Alright, we'll just sit here. Nice and pretty. So, there's good old Skaven for you. You can always count on them to get anywhere they want. Except when they don't. Because you're playing against Dwarves, and Dwarves have tackle. So the funny thing about this is, like, I already have the next cage set up, so I'm pretty safe. Well, this guy's just having a field day. Does not give a shit. Actually, I think that's what we do. We're just gonna take this, the north part of the cage, if you will, and we're going to extend it upwards and abandon the south part to hold the line in a very dwarven fashion. Let me just double check. Okay, I was afraid I balls that up for a second. Get our long beard going with the cage as well. No, not a short pass, thanks. Alright, so now we've actually got this guy here, which can come and help out a little bit, which is nice. So we want to do it like this. Hey there, little rat. Now, normally, dodge, this wouldn't knock him down. However, we have tackle on the Longbeards. So, yep. Goodbye to your gutter runner. Goodbye to your best player. Yep, he's dead. Well, he's badly hurt, but yeah, classic Skaven team. Half the time you play Skaven, you're crying. The other half, you're like, but I could have, I had so much potential. But ultimately, it doesn't end up mattering, because you're a bunch of rats and you're all dead. So, and again, I'll talk all day about how Skaven maybe have a little bit of troubles. I do love them, though. I do honestly just love the fuck out of Skaven. I think they're so fun. And they're the one I have the majority of my time played on. But, you know. So, as you can see, half of my team has pretty much killed all of their team. And we're still moving the ball. And that was with our just abysmal first turn. So if there's one thing we've learned about Dwarves, they're very, very good in the beginning. What starts happening is eventually, like I said, early on, skills matter. Late game, it all comes down to stats. So late game, Dwarves just aren't as good as Elves. Chaos only because of mutations, and because they do have Stir 4 positionals. And that's kind of the problem. Is, your first, up to about 1500 TV, like, Dwarves are quite strong. It's just you reach that point where you're like, oh, well, now other people are catching up, and they have the same skills that I do. And sure, like, you can argue, like, oh, but Dwarves are going to have more skills. Absolutely, totally. But the thing is, some skills are very good, and most skills are kind of okay. And then there's also skills that are really bad. So you just end up like, well, you already have all the good ones. So then it's like, well, I can take other skills, but, you know. It's an interesting conundrum, right, with the dwarf team. Skaven, I had so many plans, Dwarves. I'm sorry I can't understand you through all your broken fucking teeth. It's true, Bard, yeah. So out of these two, we are going to have the Longbeard do the attack, as he is tackle, so... Oh! Tackle doesn't matter on this guy. I don't know why I started saying that. For some reason, I thought it was a gun runner still. Either way. And we're probably going to pop a guy up here so we can get a couple more 2-dies. Kind of like that. Oh, that's a runner, shit. I've talked at length about how I hate blocking people with characters without it, so that's fine, we'll do it this way. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for the Storm Vermin here. We have less chance to knock him down, so I lied. I was gonna say, you know... Oh my god, right there. That's why we did it! Oh my god, smashed ankle on a Skaven. That's... So the thing is, when you play Skaven... sorry we're talking more about Skaven than Dwarves, but there's a reason for it. Also, my poor fucking 2-strength bastard. But, when you play Skaven, half the time, what you're doing is literally, like, deleting your entire team. It's like... You get a Skaven team up to like 1600 TV, and then after the next game you're down to 1200 again, and then you're back up to 1600, and then you're down to 1200. It's interesting. And Dwarves don't have that, which is a huge benefit. Like, Dwarf armor 9 on most guys, you know, armor 8. So it's very unlikely you're going to be replacing players. And there's a huge draw for that, right? I can understand why a lot of players would be aiming towards that. I definitely think Dwarves are a nice, safe team. If you want to play a tougher, beefier version of the Orc team, go with Dwarves. You just have to give up being able to move, which to some people could be a big deal. The Troll Slayers, which are your sort of beastliest guys, if you will, they are actually armor 8. So you do need to remember, Troll Slayers do have a chance of going down every once in a blue moon. Well, I get the pick pal, so yeah, thought you'd re-roll that. Yep. So, I mean, this is your standard Dwarf versus Skaven match. And this is exactly why I have mentioned time and time again, I have just so much contempt for these bearded bastards. You know, you're trying to have a good time, and they just shit on your day. And again, with Dwarves, always try and, any bashing team, try and score on turn 8. That way they don't have a chance of coming back and doing anything, ever. Which is always good. Broken ankle, Skaven, story time. Sorry, son, time to put you down. Yeah, that's what Skaven is. Skaven is a series of just putting your team down. Orcs are really fun to play. Throwing a goblin is no comparison. Yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite things was when I played Orcs, and I played Orcs as my first team, I actually ran a lot of goblins, like a lot of goblins. That was like my big thing. Can I get a 2-die? I could if I did that. It's not how I want to do that, but we'll take it. But yeah, I ran goblins and trolls and black orcs. That was my whole team strategy. Nice. And honestly, it worked pretty good. It's not as effective, but you know. I really like the Goblin team, I've mentioned. And my favorite team of all time is the Underworld team. But it came very late in the Blood Bowl 1s. sort of lifetime, so I didn't get a lot of chances to play it, which is unfortunate. And, you know, kind of sucks. It's just kill on the Troll Slayer's back? Really? Can't rotate the camera. Oh my god. I think it does. These that are skull. Alright, so a wise man just takes the score right now. There's a runner there. I have a Longbeard here. Okay, the odds I fuck this up are just astronomical, which means it's possible. That's what that word means. Thank God. So we're just going to take the one block. We're just going to let it go. And it did not pay off. It was only a stun. But whatever. Nice. Not as good as the Goblin touchdown animation. Well, I mean, that's pretty good. The Goblin touchdown, like, just reported for lewd content every time. Have you played the Underworld team? Or Underworld, or something like that? Elgear? It's no comparison, dude. Yeah, those eyes. Those are the eyes of a stone-cold killer. Or a stoned killer. Another way of putting that. Honestly, just everything against the wall. Face of no mercy. So, if you're playing Skaven, I know this looks bad. You can actually do a one-turn touchdown from here. He can't, because he doesn't have Frenzy or a Movement plus Gutter Runner. He doesn't have any Gutter Runners on the field, so no. But with a Frenzy and a Movement plus Gutter Runner, absolutely possible from here. Scary shit. And it's really enjoyable. Basically, your entire team is Goblins and Skaven. Oh my god, it's raining, making the ball slippery and difficult to hold. -1 to catch, intercept, or pick up rolls. Wow. And you might say, like, that's not too bad. Skaven are agile. No, they're not. They're Agi 3. So they're about as agile as our, you know, agile dwarves, which is not saying much. They're less agile than a dwarf, and, well, that's a thing. Sorry, less agile than an elf. And that's what makes them such a weird team. But anyway, so Underworld, you have Goblin and Skaven as your main units. You have 2 Storm Vermin. You have a couple Trolls. That's Tackle working out for you there. Well, he didn't have dodge either way. And then you have just regular Skaven line rats, and you have goblins. But all of them roll get mutations on a regular roll, not a double. However, they also have a skill called Animosity. Oh, you have Skaven throwers too. You might not have Storm. So the thing is, the animosity is, like, if you try and do a pass roll to, like, a goblin from a Skaven or vice versa, on a roll of 1, you actually just keep the ball and don't pass it. So it's interesting. Obviously, you have a very pass-heavy team. That changes things up a little bit. Yeah, we're just going to do this strategy right here. But the best part is just mutations on goblins or Skaven. Like, yeah, your team's gonna die constantly, but, like, when you get those plays, oh my god. And then, of course, you got Trolls, so you can throw goblins around the field. It's really interesting. It's just one of the weirder teams, but it's one of the most fun teams, and that's why I liked it. Whereas, like, I like the Halfling team in theory. The Halfling team's really funny, but it's complete shit. Like, there's no gimmick to it, it's just shit. And that's unfortunate, and I kind of don't like that. Nice. Because, like... Oh god, that was actually terrifying. I might have nightmares about that. Thanks, game. Hi, welcome to Die. check that in a sec, bro. I get a feeling, though. I don't really want to. Snotlings in some teams? Only in the Ogre team. But the Ogre team does have Snotlings, yes. Wow, that's one hell of a roll. Nice. Snotlings, of course, are garbage. They're like... they're basically goblins without all the things that make goblins actually good. If you can imagine such a thing. So already this guy's shitting his pants. He's like, my whole team's dead. There's nowhere to run. They're coming for me. It's like, yes. Yep, we are. And we're just going to keep coming. Coming. And we're just going to keep walking through each one of you bastards on our way there. And then we just need to base this guy here, and we are in Party Town, USA. Played Warhammer Battles as a child, so you know the races and factions, but recently just started Blood Bowl 2. Oh, cool, dude. Well, hey, I highly recommend... Alright, I'll click it. Hang on. I'll wait till their turn ends. I'll pause. Oh, what the fiddly fuck is this dodge? Nice, Borrowed. Man, you guys put out some great shit, and I love it. Thank you. Every time, thank you. I actually have a folder on my desktop, inside a desktop folder, called, you know, pics from the stream or something similar. And Jesus, I love it. Well, that's unfortunate. We're having a long beard get knocked down, gentlemen. What do we do? Oh, the old Skaven play. Oh, shit. I thought my guy fell on accident for a second. I didn't even think I was... Oh! I guess when you're short, you have to put, like, everything into your trips. Like, everything. Heart, soul, body, mind. It needs to exist inside of it. Either way. Hello. Hi. How are you? I will be your instrument of death for the evening. We want the Blitzer to pick it up, actually. So we're going to blitz with him. Would you like your fist? I got nothing. Sorry. I'm not re-rolling that catch. You can just go ahead and shit it out there, and I'll pick it up. Thank you. No, I was going to say something funny, but... I didn't have it. That's what the kitchen does to you. It saps all your creativity out of you. Well, it doesn't actually, but perhaps I should say it does. It sounds very impressive when I say that. It sounds like I'm working in some sort of hellhole, which is not untrue. Let's see. Let's play a game, gentlemen, people of the stream. Apologies for my performance this evening as a caster, but go ahead and guess how many rats are on the field when we get to the end. That could be a fun game, right? I like the sound of that game. I mean, there might be a couple. Oh, shit, I should base this guy. Do the responsible thing. Mental gen? The way you spell that, it kind of makes it seem like you're talking to a bunch of insane people. Which, I mean, maybe, right? It's the internet. You can be creative when cooking, but not when working. That's so true. No, I did let this lineman stay here. And I didn't GFI, which I should have. So they might be able to pick up the ball. Here's the problem. If they pick up the ball, I don't have a way of getting to them, because they can just run down into oblivion, and I can't catch them. That's it. I don't think they're going to risk the... Yeah, they played it smart. Attaboy. Attaboy, Timmy. Just play it smart and keep your mouth shut. That's how they play. Just bend over and take it, little Skavens. I think I'll take this one. Oh god, that horrible scream! That was like some XCOM Dragon Death sound. Not a fan of that one. I don't know, guys. There actually may be a fair number by the end of this. They're not dying as fast as I was hoping. Ooh, I'll re-roll that one there. Okay, it's a push. Push is not out of the question. I could blitz here. Yeah. Alright, we got 2 more blocks this turn. This one and 1 more. Let's see what happens. No injury there. I guess we could go for a foul. That's not another question. Yes! Took a risk and it was worth it. Beautiful. Yeah, get your groin strained on. I just want to believe like we headbutted his groin, but some of the chain or plating in between just, you know, rubbed our head the wrong way. This is one hell of a first game, though. Gotta be said. Alright. I'm gonna headbutt you till there's nothing but a butt left. Yeah, true. Here? I think we're most safe. Look at this little waddle animation. Just trying to carry the ball so hard. I'm doing it for you, Ma! I think we're gonna foul one. Oh, actually, can't quite knock him off the pitch, but that's all right. Didn't need to. Foul one, dead. But imagine you were playing the Skaven in this game. Like, what do? I mean, yeah, I mean, there are possible things you could do here, I guess, but at the same time, it's like, fuck, man. Oh, that's not good. Alright, so just in case of shenanigans, blitz with the Longbeard then? Yeah. If I could get a both down, I'd be super... well, can't complain. Well, there's that. That's a thing. Can you get here? No. Alright. Should we? Probably. You know what, actually, since you can't help here, just go here, just... you know, do the thing. Dum-de-doom-de-doom-de-doo. Oh, with the K! Holy shit, calm down, nerd! He looked dead already. Whoa! You can only injure on a stumble? What? Oh, no. Any knockdown has a chance to break armor. It's just normally it don't. Man, That dwarf needed to calm down a little bit there. That was terrifying. Okay, yeah, so it's just this guy left on the pitch. I mean, like, are people beginning to see why I hate dwarves, or no? This guy is just 70 kinds of fucked. Well, I guess we're gonna start running it back this way. Hustle! Do the hustle! Do 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 do. All right. Let's see how. Well, let's do the block first. All right. Pushes. I'm down to a 1 die. Fuck. I'm gonna reroll that. It's fine. Yeah, I want it here so he can block and then push him this way and then get another block next turn. Alright, come on in here. Oh my god, every time. Oh, not with the Stein, dude. Wow, like, the dwarves just look so fucking angry. And the ref's just like, oh, whatever, like, what am I gonna do? Like, I mean, the bodies are piled. Holy shit. Dodge of the century. This is the play. Run! Run, Chunks! Get further away from the angry rat! He's really pissed now. Jesus, shit! Call the ref! Call the police! Call the fireman! Call the president! I know, dude. Oh shit, that's a runner. Oh. I guess we can do it this way. I'm busy. Sit down. I love how he comes over here, he smashes them, just pops back over here. Alright, who else is gonna try and knock him down? You? Oh my god, you look like a badass. Are you man enough? Oh, can it be the one with the little hat? I think we have the one with the little hat do it. Get in there, Tim! Oh! Resuscitate him! He's failing, Doctor. His heart just won't stop. Keep trying. You'll break him. Alright, next turn. Alright, my turn again. Let's try this guy. But dude, this guy's like pelvis is being shattered. How are you still fucking alive? Okay, I need to know, everyone. Do we score or do we risk having the ref get called in and having a turnover and not scoring and pound this little shit into submission? Clear! Wait, we're not trying to revive him. Unclear! Yeah, that's right. It's your call, guys. Are we going to try one more time to knock down fucking Vortuk, the unkillable lineman? What a winner. Like, this is literally like Jesus. He's in heaven right now. He's lighting the bong. He's trying to get the sword. It's not happening. Man, that rat had balls of steel. I know, dude. Alright. Smash! Die, you son of a bitch! Yeah! Personal goal completed! Get the fuck off the pitch, you rat bastard! Well, can we get infinity goals now? Is that how this works? Let's try and bug the game. Yeah, we'll deke them out, right? We'll make them think like, oh, we don't know what we're doing. Oh, God, I'm drunk! Well, to anyone wondering, this is why I hate dwarf teams. It doesn't always work like this, but against Skaven it do. Video games make young violence. Well. Oh, the match ended. There was a game on, guys. Who won? Oh yeah, it was me. Because they're all dead. If that was a real player, he literally just deleted his team. His entire fucking team. Whatever. Well, this guy got star player. I mean, he's also broke. I don't like. It's just amazing. My God. Oh, I love how we actually got 6 KOs and 6 injuries because the one guy got KO'd, sent off, and then like revived and was like, all right, guys, hang on, I'm back, I'm good, I can stand there, and then just fucking KO'd again. Yeah, I love the fact this guy got the star player, the guy who finally beat that rat down. Oh my God. Absolutely incredible. 10 out of fucking Blood Bowl. God, I love this game. That was wholesome. And that is how I end the night. I don't think there's any other way. Well, take it easy, gentlemen. I'll be back on tomorrow as... I mean, that's my normal catchphrase, isn't it? I'm going to say, I'll be back tomorrow night as always, but that's not quite true. Oh, that got depressing really fast. Just sober up, I guess. Well, so as I've mentioned, you guys probably heard me say it 100 billion times now, heading off to Toronto with Kaylin, doing the anniversary thing. Going to be gone for the next 2 days. We will be back ASAP. But that's going to be Tuesday, so Tuesday night I'll be streaming again, and, but yeah, hopefully Zelphus is going to be able to, stream a little bit in my absence. Otherwise, yeah, fill in the gaps, just dream for me, guys, have a nice time. Hopefully, everything goes well for all you. I'll try and keep touch with stream chat while I'm out there. I'm not sure how the internet situation is going to be, but I'll try and pop on around my usual time. But yeah, take it easy, guys. I will see you in a few days, and then it'll be every day as always. So until then, sweet dreams. Take it easy, and Alligator, nice meeting you, dude. Always love having new people in the channel. Feel free to follow if you want, but I never force anybody. I'm just here for a good time. So, see you then. Bye.